everyone, Mike here, and we're going to be taking a look at another Cultaholic video. This one is the reason WWE's new World Heavyweight title is a bad idea. Of course, just this past Monday, as of my recording here, they introduced the new World Heavyweight Championship. It's going to be the alternate world title after the brand split. I can see good and bad to it. I think one of the big things people are finding bad about it is the fact that it can come off as a consolation prize. Kind of well, nobody could beat Roman for the actual world title, so here's this one. I could see why people would think that might be what they bring up here. We'll find out. I do think you can make it work. I think it's going to require a lot of effort, and I think even if they do make it work, there are going to be fans that won't accept it. Because no matter what you do, there are always going to be fans that won't accept it. That's just how the industry is. But let's pop on here and see what the boys at Cultaholic have to say about it. All right. Play.
Take a look at this bad boy right here, the brand spanking new
Visually, I don't think it looks bad.
World Heavyweight
And I
Championship.
mean, I like that the WWE logo isn't the entire front plate. I like that they've got a little more now.
First champion set to be crowned at Night of Champions in just less than a month now in Saudi Arabia. A brand new belt with a blank slate of a lineage. The first holder will be the first to take such a title home. Moments after this segment, replica titles went on sale at WWE shop for a cool $499. The chances are they've made the money back on smelting more gold. Round about now, I would say they have. I love the design. We talked about this potential design happening just a few months ago. It was rumored at the start of the year that Triple H wanted to see a classic world title return, possibly the Winged Eagle or Big Goldie. We kind of got the latter with a design that reflects the classic WCW title, but placates the pen pushers in the marketing department with a big old scratch W in the middle. It's a nice design. It's a throwback aesthetic. Could do with being a little bigger. I've got no issue with the actual presentation apart from the size, but it's also, in my opinion, a bad idea to bring this in. Now, I know there's been pressure from TV execs of Fox and USA for more world title involvement in shows week to week. Roman Reigns, whilst present,
I remember growing up in an era where the only time you saw the world champion was at the pay-per-views or at Saturday Night's main events.
The options were, it seems, to get Roman to work more dates, take one of the titles off him, or create a new one. And they've gone for the latter, which I don't think is the right way to go about it. Triple H outlined that the historic and impending 1,000-plus day Roman reign was the main reason for a new top-tier title to tussle over. That and, of course, the impending draft. In tying the unbeatable stacking and pinning Tribal Chief to this big reveal, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship immediately, in my opinion, becomes not an accolade on the level of Roman's gold, but a consolation prize to everyone else. In 2002, do you remember when they first split the titles? They did so because Brock Lesnar was made an exclusive for SmackDown in the draft. Raw was left without a world champion. Which was not really the same thing as what we have here. Of the world title and the beginning of Triple H's reign of terror. The WWE Universal Championship was born when the WWE title was moved exclusively to SmackDown. Every time a new belt has been birthed and bequeathed, it's been due to the brand split taking sole custody of gold. Now, currently, Roman Reigns has belts that are defended on both Raw and SmackDown, as does Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens as the tag team champions by brand belt guys who can work both shows. This title has been created with the draft on the horizon, but also because he doesn't defend the title. Triple H was keen to point out that he wants a belt that's defended loads, unlike the one that Roman has. On the odd occasion when he does defend the belt, nobody can touch him. This belt feels a bit like when a school bully steals your Optimus Prime action figure, and instead of teachers making him give it you back, they buy you a new one, leaving Andrew Rowley of Class 4B to just happily play with the Transformer that he took from you. I've not forgotten, Andrew. Seth freaking Rollins has already staked a claim for this new world title.
It is a decent analogy.
As new champs go, he'd be a great choice. He'd defend the belt week after week after week after week. He'd put on banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. So
hey, he's not one of the brawling.
Can we not have that same energy though with Seth Rollins as US champion? There's two mid-card titles that could easily take top-level prominence on Raw and SmackDown without having to murky the waters of the proverbial Premier League by inventing another
the only problem I see with that is they've tried elevating the US title and fans didn't
Cody
accept
Rhodes,
it.
which I think is absolutely the wrong decision.
Yeah, do not give him that
still
belt. I agree.
Those
Do
mental
not
bruises
give
from
him that
Cody's
belt.
story being unfinished after his loss to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39.
If they're going to put a belt on him, it needs to be
The theory is
Roman's.
that Cody could instead not go after Roman Reigns, but become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no.
That gives us an end to the story, almost as sour as Game of Thrones. Actually, possibly worse. I'm sorry you didn't take the Iron Throne, Cody, but we've fashioned this crown for you out of weeds and matchsticks. Can you wear that instead? Right now,
Careful that
in
it doesn't
my
set on
opinion,
fire.
holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship whilst Roman Reigns holds a Dominion is like having a blue tick on Twitter. It was always desired, but in the current climate, you risk looking silly for having it. This doesn't just affect who holds this particular gold. It damages Roman Reigns as well, because for better or for worse, he's been the guy to beat for the past few years, popping up occasionally on Raw and a bit more occasionally on SmackDown, and sometimes defending it. Now, adding the WWE Universal and World titles to both Boulder shoulders made him unstoppable. And with the introduction of this new belt, he can no longer claim to be undisputed WWE Universal Champion. There's now a dispute in the form of Big Gold 2.0. Also, it muddies the lineage of the OG, the WWE Championship, that he won from Brock Lesnar back at WrestleMania 38. Presumably that title's history, the one that we're celebrating 60 years of this week, all the way back to the heyday when there was an F in there. Presumably that legacy ends with Roman Reigns as it becomes one with the Universal title. You can't call it the WWE title anymore, so I guess it becomes part of the Universal. Beating Roman Reigns would have unlocked the WWE title and seen it back on regular TV. However, by giving up that chase and adding a new world title, the WWE title presumably just stays locked in a metaphorical castle forever. Because, you know, the only way to get around that would be to merge the belts or have 3 world titles knocking around at the same time. It seems ridiculous. Yeah. We're closing in on 1,000 days with Roman Reigns as undisputed WWE Universal Champion. After that, it is time to start winding down the reign of the Tribal Chief. So why did we have to now introduce this new title when there is absolutely an opportunity past 1,000 days, which I believe falls next month, to take those belts and split them up again? WWE literally writes the shows. They can determine who has what belt where. So it just seems strange to me that so close to this milestone that WWE have been pushing to reach, that they now want to just let Roman carry on, presumably into infinity, and introduce a brand new belt with zero history behind it. So I know it's been a long time with Roman Reigns as top of WWE. I know it's been a really long time and a lot of people are really fed up. But genuinely, after 1,000 days, I think we've reached a point where we can get to a point where we can take a belt off him. So it seems a little bit short-sighted to introduce a new world title now, unless you're planning to scrap the WWE title and merge it with the Universal title at Night of Champions. Also, you have 2 excellent, as we've kind of discussed there, 2 excellent mid-card titles in the men's division that could easily, with the right booking, replace world champions on those shows without it being massively obvious. So if you are going to keep Roman Reigns as the world champion for a little longer, instead of bringing in another world title, maybe utilize those mid-card belts a little bit more. You know, you got Gunther as the Intercontinental Champion. him on Raw at the top of the tree would be excellent work whilst Roman Reigns continued his seemingly unstoppable legacy. Look, all of this is just my opinion. When I first saw that belt, I was delighted to see a throwback to a wrestling time that I loved. You know, I love that whole design of the belt. I like the way they've done it. It could be a bit bigger, but I just feel that right now, adding yet another world title so close to what is presumably the end of Roman Reigns' time seems a bit short-sighted in my opinion. I would love to be wrong. I'd love to be able to have this video age like milk and look back on how phenomenal the first couple of years have been as of WWE World Heavyweight Champions. I'd love to be able to hear about how this redefined what it means to be a world champion in WWE with a title holder that defended the belt everywhere, anytime, any place. I'd love to be wrong on that, but right now, at time of recording this video, whilst it may seem hasty, I think adding yet another WWE World Heavyweight Championship is a bad idea. Would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Stay safe. Love you, bye.
All right. Well, I like that he went beyond just the consolation prize element. He went further into why this is a problem. It does bring to question, are they planning to end Roman's reign after the 1,000 days are up? I mean, he mentions that it's short-sighted to make this new title when they're probably going to get one off him soon anyway, but what if they're not? What if they aren't planning on taking the title off of him at, you know, in the near future? Maybe they plan to go all the way to the next WrestleMania. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, that's just, you know, speculation on my part. But I think it's completely possible that they might have plans to go longer with Roman's run as champion. The problem I'm seeing with the idea of trying to take one of these secondary titles and boost them up, you know, the US title or the Intercontinental title, is that they tried to do that when they had Austin Theory cash in for the US title. They were trying to propel that one up, and a lot of fans rejected it. A lot of fans don't see that as being anywhere near the same level. So I don't know if people would accept them trying to build that title up. I mean, I would definitely be in favor of, hey, if you can make those titles feel more important, that's great. I don't know, though, if a lot of fans will accept trying to make one of those belts a higher level in place of the WWE Universal Championship. As somebody who is very, very much a nostalgia fan when it comes to wrestling, what he brought up about the lineage of the WWE Championship, that would bother me very much if they ended it here. If the consolidation of those belts or anything like that were to end the lineage that we have, you know, going back to Buddy Rogers, I would not like that at all. That would really just suck. Yeah. That's all I've got. Like he said, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the whole idea of this new championship. You can check out the original video in the description. If you like this, please give me a like and subscribe. It does a lot to help me out. But that's all I've got on this one. So, until next time.